Look what followed me home, guys. I'll bring you in a little closer. We'll take a look at this beast. I do not know what brand it is. No markings on it. There was one like decal right here, and I think it was the name of some company that owned this thing. I think it's kind of old, judging from the type of pulls, drawer pulls. Well, you can see one of them's missing. It rolls really well. Great big casters. I don't know if those are original or not, because down here the bolts stick up an awful long way. Missing one of the handles. I think I can fabricate one. Sorry about that. Take a closer look. See these handles? They're bolted on. They're not riveted, so they should unbolt. Looks like stainless steel, maybe. I think I can fabricate one, only I'd probably have to use aluminum instead of stainless steel. It's rough, but there's no really serious rust. It's dirty. So it's going to be a good project. It's going to be a fun project. I'm looking forward. Actually, I can't wait to get into it. Let me turn it around so you can see the rest of it. Some rust here. It's got kind of a rough finish to it. I don't think I'm going to even attempt to strip it. I'm going to sand it, clean it up as best I can, and repaint it. I need this. I need this for storage. I bought the top part, paid the guy $10 for the toolbox. I said, I just don't have room for the bottom part. I left that there. He said, I'll give you both for $15. I said, nope, I just don't have room. So I brought this home, and I got to thinking about it. I thought, you know, I've got to have some way to move this thing around, because in this little garage I have to be able to move things. And you know, there it was, the matching bottom part. So I got in the car and ran back over there. Fortunately, I was able to kind of remember where I found it, which part of town. And the guy was just shutting the yard sale down, and I bought the bottom part there for $5. So my total investment is $15. They're heavy. I was able to get the top part unloaded by myself. The bottom part, I had to get my son to help me to unload it. That thing's heavy. So anyway, I think it's going to be a really fun project. It's going to be useful for me. So I think it's going to be a multi-part video. There's no way I can do all this in one video. I think I'm going to start with the bottom, and that way I'll have something to roll the top part around and out of the way while I'm working on it. And So, here we go. I forgot to mention, this is going to be a pretty big project, and there may be, like I said, it's going to be multi-part, and I may have to put other videos in between the different parts. How many parts it's going to take, I don't know. My guess would be 3, maybe 2 for sure. 3, maybe 4, I don't know. This will probably be my biggest project since the table saw. So anyway, I think it's going to be a fun project, and it'll be a useful addition to the garage when I get through. So we'll see what comes next. Another thing I forgot to ask for you toolbox guys out there, can you help me identify what brand this is? I think it's pretty old, judging from the thickness of the metal. I mean, it's a beast. It's heavy, it's thick, strong. One clue might be the type of drawer pulls. So if anyone can help me identify what this is it an old Craftsman or an old Snap-on or something? I don't know. So if any of you guys know, please chime in and let me know. I got a card from Big Vic at Big Vic's workshop. Cool card, huh? I'm gonna put it up. I'll show you where I'll put it in just a minute. I put it right up there. Thanks, Vic. You're the man. I have here a package that came in the mail today that I do believe is from Big Vic at Big Vic's workshop. So I'm going to open this thing up and I will bring you back as soon as I get it open. Oh, look what Big Vic sent. He enclosed a very humorous note, which I am not going to read. I will quote a line or two. He said, this stuff is as rare as hen's teeth, and it is the powercraft of protection. So, I had to paraphrase a little bit there, but it was a very funny and very thoughtful, kind note that Big Vic sent. I am very, very glad to get this because I don't have it, and I believe it must be rare. So I'm just delighted to get this. Vic, thank you very much. I'm going to use this for sure. I have some of that other stuff, but I'm running low on it. And I've seen a lot of the other guys use this stuff. I've never had any. So this is going to come in really handy. Thank you much, Vic. You're the man. Okay, I'm going to start the tear down of this the base part, the bottom part of this tool chest. And it's so hot in here, even with the door open, that I've got 2 fans going. I'm probably going to have to resort to voiceovers, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, here we go. It's coming out, it just doesn't know it yet. There's one in every crowd. I believe these humongous casters were added on. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. They are amazingly well built. It looks like it says Albion A1, I think. Albion A1 Industries. Albion, Michigan, T71 F6, 19 US 432. So I'll have to look that up later, but these things are unbelievable. They've got grease fittings on them. They're ball bearing, huge big old things. 5-inch wheels. These were meant to last. Look at that. Welded along there. These are meant to take some punishment. Anyway, I think I'm going to replace them, probably. These are just too much. I don't think I'm going to need that much. And you can tell right here that this is an add-on later. So I need some casters with brakes on them. So anyway, I'll keep this. That might be a cleanup in and of itself. I'm going to look up later and see how much those things sell for, but I can only imagine how much. They are meant to take some punishment. So I'm going to try to get them off now. Whew. Looks like Swiss cheese. I believe gloves are going to be in order on the next one. So I'll bring you back after all that's done. Like I said, there's one in every crowd. I had to bring out Big Bertha to get that one loose. They're all loose. As you can see, my welding skills leave a lot to be desired. But it is pretty solid. However, I blew a hole got a little carried away, blew a hole right through there. So nothing a little JB weld won't fix. Now I'm going to grind it down a little bit and make it level, and put some JB weld on it later, and we'll see what comes next after that. I think the magnets are going to work better than the clamp. Okay, I'm out in the backyard, and I gave all this stuff a thorough scrubbing with Brillo pads. And that got a lot of the grease off. So I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow and probably do some sanding. See you tomorrow. I just got through giving this thing a rather light sanding with 60 grit on the orbital sander. Mainly to knock off most of the rust, and there wasn't much rust actually. I'm gonna hose it off with the hose at this point, get all the sanding dust off of it. And I'm gonna let it dry in the sun. I'm gonna straighten out a few of the edges that are a little bit bent. Then I'm going to shoot some primer on it. I didn't try to knock off all the little pebbly finish, because that's okay with me if it stays. Too much work to strip it, so I'm not going to fool with that. I'm just going to next put some primer on it, let that dry, then I'm going to flip it over and make a base for it with some casters. So here we are at this point. I have a coat of primer on the bottom part of the toolbox now. Looking a little better. This is the bottom. You can tell it's had a lot of different casters on it over the years. Kind of looking like Swiss cheese. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a base out of a piece of plywood to put the new casters on. Then once I do that, I can turn it upright. I'll have a convenient way to move it around while I put the couple of coats of color on over the primer. So that's where I am at this point. I made a base for the rolling unit out of scrap plywood. So we'll let that let the glue dry and put some paint on it, put the casters on it, and I think we'll have a roller. Alright, I gave the base for the casters a couple of coats of this stuff, because it's what I had. Ooh, you think it's bright enough? Fortunately, I think very little of it will show, but I wanted it some shade of red. And, that's all I had. It's awful bright, but it's going to be on the bottom. I don't think anybody will see it anyway. I'm not going overboard on this thing. I just want to make it presentable and usable. Alright, there's the rolling base on the bottom part of the toolbox. So now I gotta flip it over. All right, we've got us a roller. A roller with brakes. Alright, here is the hardware after some initial cleaning. I made a couple of handle blanks out of stock aluminum. I made a couple of them. One of them slightly larger than the other, because I will no doubt mess one of them up. So here's the pattern I used, just by putting a piece of tape over one of these. So now I've got to figure out some kind of a bending jig. So that comes next. Close, but no cigar. I think I can make it work if I spread these edges out a little bit. My first attempt at this was a really bad failure. This is the second attempt. I'm sure glad I made two blanks. It's not perfect by any means, but it's close and it's going to have to do. So it's thicker than the original, and it's not nearly as nice. However, I think this aluminum will polish up nicely. Need to drill a couple of holes, and it's going to have to do. I think it'll look all right. So I'm hot and I'm tired, and that's going to be it until tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I can finish up this hardware and start putting the thing back together. Here's all the hardware after some cleanup, polishing, and fabrication in this case here. So next step, reassembly. This is lithium grease I'm putting in here. Okay, this is a very awkward to video this, so I'm going to do the rest of these slides off camera. You get the idea though. This thing is really handy. I've seen the car guys use these a lot, and I ordered a 2-pack of them. They're very inexpensive, rechargeable. You push the button again and it a little dimmer, and then you get like a flashlight with this one. Rotates all around. Very handy. I'll put a link in the description if anybody's interested. I've been really happy with them so far. Slides and drawers have been installed and working. Well, the boxes, I don't have the brakes on them, so it's moving a little bit, but they do work. Oops, let's take this out. So it's coming right along. Next we'll install the hardware. Well, here's the finished product of the bottom part of the rolling tool chest. I would call it about a 6-footer. it looks okay from about 6 feet. You get up close, not so good, but it's all right. I didn't mean for this to be this is going to be a working tool chest and toolbox. It wasn't meant to be a restoration. I just wanted to make it useful and presentable, and so far I think I've done that. So the top toolbox will be coming up at some point, hopefully soon. It's really hot right now in this part of the country, and I don't know if I can get that done by next week. I try to put out one video a week, so hopefully I can do that. But this was a bigger chore than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, there it is. I think it looks all right. Let me put the other tool, the top part on, and you can compare and see what's coming up next time. Well, I don't know if it'll be the next video, but in a video that will be coming soon. All right, here's what the complete unit looks like. You can see the bottom looks better, I think, hopefully. Man, those things are heavy. Let me go turn it around. And this is why I wanted to do the bottom part first, so I'd have some way to roll this thing around. So doing the top part, the top tool chest, will be the next project. Not sure when it'll be coming up. Soon, I hope. And so there you go. This is going to be a really nice addition to the garage. It's going to allow me to, it's going to afford quite a bit of storage to me. So if anybody knows what brand this thing is, let me know. I'm thinking maybe an old Craftsman. Pretty old probably because of the type of hardware. Maybe David at West Highland Shop might provide some insight as to that. Anyway, that's it for this time, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon, I hope. That's the end of part one of this rescue, let's call it a rescue and rehab, perhaps, of this rolling toolbox. So, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you know what brand this thing is. I'd like to know that. So, all of you toolbox experts out there, please chime in and let me know if you know what kind of a box this is. So, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye now.